All right, folks, welcome back to Street Rust. I'm sweating like a hog out here. You can probably tell it's been raining. I've got a couple-hour break, and I want to get this car off. And I've got three of the tires held air. This one won't. So the solution is this one right here. We're gonna put this pretty wheel on there. And it looks to be a 4.5. I got that with the car, so we're gonna put that on there. Anyway, I'm gonna get these lug nuts loosened up. I do have the front still has the winch cable, and I got it snugged up, so vehicle's not going anywhere. Hey, also, can y'all see? There'll be a shorts video out there. That hoss right there I hauled it all the way down. I mean, all the way down out to the hardball on my gravel road. And it just pulled it like butter, folks. I got to get those lights and everything hooked up. Anyway, let me get this off here. Watch me struggle. That's the name of the game, right? Look at that. Doggone. Look at there. I bought this crescent wrench. You know, I lost my other long ratchet wrench at the salvage yard. That sucker just plumb come apart. Man. What the? Oh. You know what? It's got a screw in it. Doggone. It does have a screw in it. It's okay. It's all right. Don't cry. I was gonna cry. It's got a screw in there. I need to tell you what, I'm gonna get these tightened up just with the way it is here. That ought to hold. And then I'll get this tightened up in a while. This one down here is being not so nice. You know what? I got 4 of them on here good. Well, I thought I did. All right, we're good. Hey, is that rear end supposed to have that much play? I don't know. We'll be looking into that. All right, hopefully I can get the jack out. Come on, baby. Look at there. All right, folks. Let me get the ramps out here and see if gravity's gonna take this off. All righty. Street Rust special. You know what? So I got the winch. Here's what. Here's what. I got the winch hooked up still. And as I push it backwards, I'm gonna control it with the winch. I'll be checking to make sure we're doing okay there. We're absolute worst case scenario, this thing goes rolling into that Mazda, which gives me an excuse to get it out of here. But it's not mine, it's Gabriel's. Anyway, let's get this thing off, okay? All right, folks. Ewans. There she blows. It's quicker than a barrel full of snakes, but you know what? It's on the ground. And hey, kids, don't try this at home. I'm an idiot. I videotaped this for your pleasure, so you can see me struggle. But hey, oh man, I've been reading up on what we can do with that top, folks. We're gonna get this thing rocking. All right. Before it's ooh, vultures. Yay, something dead over there. Let's go ahead and look, that thing is crookeder than a barrel full of snakes. Okay. All right. So I got to figure out, I can't get this down my hill right now. I'm actually going to mess around here and I'm going to get that Mazda on this trailer, which should be a heck of a lot easier. So let me take a break here and we'll get back. And if we got enough non-rain here, we might try to get this started today. If not, we'll hit it tomorrow. Be right back. Alrighty, folks. We're gonna get back on this tomorrow, but hey, this battery, I've charged it for an hour. I mean, it was at 4.5, now it's down to 2.8. So we're not gonna get this done because I'm telling you what, it's a coming again. So what do we got? We got the Galaxy down. I got to real quick get this buttoned up, get the tarp back on it. I've got the Mazda there that we're gonna move down below to the other shop. Let Gabriel rebuild the engine till his heart is content. So anyway, we will definitely be back on the Galaxy here, okay? I said Galaxy, it's not a Galaxy. It's of the Galaxy family. It's a 1968 Ford XL. Anyway, we'll get back on this. Hopefully we'll get a break in the weather tomorrow. I'm off and I'll get all the cars rearranged and we'll get this bad boy going. Howdy, folks. Today's Street Rust episode is not brought to you today by Vita Power Specialized Water Pump Lubricant. Not even sure if they still exist today, but if they would like to sponsor me, go ahead and give me a jingle. Seriously, folks, look down below. Please subscribe. This is going to allow me to continue my car addiction that my wife fully supports. There's no financial infidelity here. So hey, folks, appreciate it. Appreciate you all, because without you, I wouldn't have any success that I have already. Now back to the video. Thank you and good day. All right, folks, we're back. It's been raining for nigh on 3 days. It's tough out here, but we gotta get this done, right? I gotta get this thing moved. I got myself in a bind with another truck and a trailer over here. I gotta move this or straighten it out, one or the other. So I've recommended, I go to Rock Auto. This is the 1968 Ford and Mercury shop manual. It's a reprint. It was 40 bucks. The one for the 1970 F250, I bought the jump drive. It was like 20 bucks. I got all the manuals. The information's out there. So we're going to take a look at a couple things here real quick. I've been under it. I've been in it, looking at numbers. So let's look at our VIN. Right here. Okay, so there's our VIN plate. 8D60Z. Z is a 394V, not a 4-valve, 4V, which designates a 4-barrel. And the axle is a 1. Now, the 1 does not identify it as a... the 1 does not identify the type of rear end is. It identifies the ratio. Okay, so with all that in mind, within these great books, you can find things like what all that means. And we know that for the engine code for a Z, which is right here, is that 8-cylinder 390 cubic inch 4V, which is a 4-barrel. Okay, now rear axle code, we saw 1. A 1 is a 2.75 to 1 ratio, so those are highway gears. I got under there, I found the code. Let me get my phone. I got my temporary garage set up over here because it's been raining. So looking at the code, it's going to be difficult to see in this, but that letter over there, that first letter is a W. It's a WDC C4. So when I go over to look at the types of rear axles, a WDCCA, it is indeed a 9-inch. I knew that from looking at it. And it's got 2.75, but it's conventional. It is not a limited slip. So we have a 390, which is a pretty good engine. Let's look at some specs on that engine real quick. For the 390 V8 V4, compression is 10.5 to 1, 280 horsepower at 4,400 RPM, and then 315 to 4,600 RPM. Then we also know the firing order, 154263778. We know same thing as a small block 302. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Distributor, the firing sequence is 154263778 going counterclockwise. I have it written here, and I have it written here, and I have it written here. So without further ado, I got a new battery right there, and it is starting to spit and sprinkle. Let me tell you what, let me get the, you don't need to see me put a battery in. Let me get the battery put in before I hook it up. I'll get you back over here. Alrighty folks, it's starting to rain. It's kind of misting. If it rains, we're gonna stop for a little more. I thought buying one of them canopies today and I didn't do it. Hey, first of all, if you notice in the first video, these little terminals here, these are supposed to be little push-on things, right? But there were just some wires wrapped in around there, so I went in and put some ends on there. That's why I don't throw away these old pieces. I keep them because when you're in a bind and need that little part, there it is. Whoop. All right. So, you guys are just going to have to trust me. I've got 12.88 volts on this new battery. Haven't hooked it up. Let's pull off the, for your protection device. Well, we're just going to connect it here. We're going to do the fire test. This ground cable is about, look at that. Doggone, could fit in the trunk. We're going to try to keep it out of the way here. Don't get it caught up in the alternator or anything. All right. Just look for anything sizzling. Let's make sure we got voltage here. And we do 12.88, so we're good there. So, I tell you what, folks, I'm going to go in. I got the screwdriver in the ignition. I'm just going to see if it'll bump over. We'll see what we got. Oh, look at there. You know what, folks? This, well, first of all, okay, this may be the easiest start we do. We know that the fella had this engine running. I know it was running. I saw it running because I rebuilt this carburetor. That's a 4300 Autolite. I also know you're going to hear it had a pretty severe exhaust leak on this side. We'll look at that in a minute too. So I don't even know if there's any fuel in here. I don't even know if, let's look inside. Do we got lights or anything like that? Doggone rain. Let's see. If I turn the ignition on, I got an oil light. That's about all I got. Let's see. Does anything happen when we do this? Oh yeah, brights are on. See that red? What if the headlights are on? Let's look. This is fun. Oh, let's look at the, see if we got tail lights. Looky there. Got one. All right. Oh, look at them headlights. Now I'm sure I don't. These are vacuum operated. Let's see. things of that nature. So I'm sure there's a vacuum reservoir down in there or something. We'll figure all that out. First, we got to get this thing running. But I'm telling you what, folks, it's starting to rain again. So I'm going to pause for just a couple minutes. We'll be right back. Oh, I wanted to look at the fuel gauge before we get back. Plus, I need to turn the headlights off. Okay. Oh, I wonder if the windshield wipers work. Not that it matters. Washer, I don't know. Do we have hazard? Where's the hazard lights? I don't know nothing about this car, folks. Motor. No motor. Okay. So, I don't even know what all this stuff is down here. Lighter fluid, rear speaker, right air. We ain't even looked in here. We got to get in here and look around. Air. Well, that's all we got for right now, folks. I'm going to kill this. We're going to take a break till the rain stops, and then, oh, fuel gauge. That's what I was looking at. I know it's got a new fuel tank in it. Come on. Come on. Got my master key here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I don't think that sending unit's working. I don't know if there's any fuel in it. We'll give it a, you know what? Let's just give it a pump, a couple pumps. Just for fun, folks. Let's see if there's anything in there. No, there ain't nothing. Tell you what, let me I'm gonna do it. Nope, we're stopping. See, I'm gonna ruin my camera and everything. So folks, I'm gonna let this rain settle down. It's not raining hard, it's a light rain. We'll be back, and it'll be just a millisecond for you. Alrighty, folks, it is the next evening, and as you can see, it's been raining. Yeah, let me let y'all see. Get a shot up yonder in there. Look at there. It's probably fixing to start raining again. It's been raining for many, many, many days. Anyway, I gotta get this thing moved. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get you in here a little closer. All right, let's check the oil. We made sure it turned over yesterday. The ignition is off, but check this out. I got this brand new remote starter right here. It ain't supposed to work like this. Oh, now? Yeah, see? I'm not touching it, folks. There's something jacked with the switch. So, we'll mess with that, but I want to check the oil real quick. We didn't do that yesterday. And let's see what we got. There you go. It is full. There is no problem with the oil level. No milkshake going on in there. What I did notice in here, we'll get it started, but before I try driving it, here, let me get you in here so y'all can see. All right, so right down yonder is a power steering hose that's supposed to be hooked up right there. Now, this is pretty cool. It's got a power steering fluid cooler. That's pretty cool. This thing's got to go. Number one, it's a boat anchor. I can take this off, throw it in the trunk, save it for the next person, but you can't even check the fluid. Look at there. How you supposed to check the fluid right there? You can't even get it out of there. Something ain't right, and I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit. So we ain't gonna have any power steering. But nonetheless, I didn't even check the doggone, it was just raining, I was miserable. And I didn't even check the radiator fluid. I know he had fluid in here at one time. Woo, if there's any in there, it ain't in there now. So let's just see if we can get this thing to pop over. Then we're going to come back to we'll come back to the fluid. Hopefully we got spark. Thing's been setting for a while. Let's just go ahead and let me get the ignition turned on. We'll give it some go juice down its throat. Remember, we got no keys here, folks. Doggone. My remote key. Let me get my remote key here. Let's see, that's the trunk key. Let's see if this is ignition key at work. You guys know I'm kidding, right? You can't see me, but it's a doggone screwdriver. All right, tell you what, let me take you along for the ride here, so you're not lonely. That one, believe it or not, it's not going to work. Which one did I use yesterday? What we can? That's the trunk master key right there. I know that one. Now let's give this big one a whirl here. We'll roll down the window. Roll down the window. At least it works. And what I'm trying to do here, folks, is get this ignition turned on. Oh, there it went. Okay, so it's on. Master key engaged. So that's on. I could start it from inside, but I can control things a little better from out here. So let's just give it a little shot down here. Y'all don't freak out. Just give it something to go on. Let's just see what it does. I'm just gonna jump it right here. And wouldn't you know it, now it ain't working. I'm gonna have to tear this thing apart. Oh, now it doesn't want to work at all. You are just, you know, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. There. Oh, there it went, folks. Let's try it again. You know, I'd be better off with a doggone screwdriver. And I got just the one for it. I'm gonna have to tear that thing apart and see what's going on. You guys heard it pop over. I wonder if it's got any fuel coming up in there yet. Probably ain't cranked enough. We'll give it one more shot, then I'll fuel her back up. Nope, okay. Here you go. All right, folks, I want to see if I can get some fuel coming out of here. Tell you what, let me go get a nut driver and a bottle. I'm gonna disconnect the fuel right here. Boy, that hose is brittle. I may have another hose in there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery just for now. Turns over. Now we knew that, folks. My video, I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember if it was last summer or summer before I rebuilt this carburetor. And this 4300 carb, it's rebuilt, but it's kind of a dog. This first came out in 1967, and they used it on the 390. It had 414 CFM. I think this one is just a little over 500, so it's way undersized for this motor. So we'll worry about that down the road. And the other thing, I recollect when we rebuilt it, your throttle adjustment, well, there's this stuff all in the way here. What is going on here? There we go. That coil wire was in the way. The throttle, that's the kick down. I think there's this, oh, it's done broke off. The throttle adjustment screw. So we got some work to do, folks. But first, the goal for this video, get it running on its own power, see if the transmission works, so I can move it around and we'll be successful. Then we'll start making a list of what we need to do to make this thing go, go, go. Okay? So we can do some burnout. A burnout, because it's a Pirate, it's one-legged. So according to what I saw on the tag on the rear end. So give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some more tools. All right, folks. I got the ignition turned off. I got my mason jar here with my cleaning solution, i.e. gas and grease. Let's see what we got. When I disconnected this, there was a little fuel in there. So let's see if we're pumping. Let's see if we're pumping. Oh, you know what? Oh, got to connect the battery. You know, there are many things I do in my life that make me question my abilities as a shade tree mechanic. That would be one of them, one of those moments. There we go. Oh, now it's trying to start. Ignition's off. I shouldn't have any sparks. Oh, looky there. And it doesn't look too bad. Look at there. Okay. All right. Tell you what. Let me disconnect this. I don't want that arc in. There's fuel over there. We have all kinds of fun. All right. So let's get the lid back on our moonshine container there. I don't drink moonshine. All right. So here's the remnant of the that little piece that goes between the filter and the metal fuel line. We're going to put in a new one. So tell you what I'm going to do, folks. You don't have to watch me do this. I am going to heat this up with the glue gun. I'm going to heat this up with the doggone heat gun a little bit, make it a little more pliable, because there's not a lot of room to get that on there. So I'll do that, and we'll be right back. I'll get that slapped on. All right, that didn't take too long. We got a new, got that new hose on here. I wonder if we got anything squirting in there. I think we do. Let's see what we got, folks. The ignition is off, but it's on. Try to figure that one out. Well, obviously a wiring issue. You know what? Y'all watch, tell me what happens. Let me give it some gas. All right. Smells like platypus in here. You know, folks, there's a ancient Chinese, no offense to my Chinese friends, there's an ancient Chinese proverb that says, you can lead a platypus to chocolate pudding, but you can't make it eat it. Chew that cud for a while. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I want to give it some juice. Let's see if we can get it going here. See what we got. All right, here we go. Master key engaged. Come on, master key. Now it ain't wanting the master key. Come on. Doggone, we need an ignition switch. Now it won't ignite. Let me do it from out there. I got my oil light on, so I got power. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, I got fuel everywhere. That ain't supposed to happen. Who rebuilt this carburetor? Now, what in the world's going on there? Did y'all see that? Doggone fuel was coming up everywhere in there. What in the wide world of sports is going on with that? There's nothing missing on this. What? I ain't ever seen. Oh, you know what? I bet the float stuck. All right. Guess what we get to do? I'm going to pop the top off here and see what we got. That ain't good. We ain't running it like that. All right, folks, I got it apart. So this is a carburetor where the floats hang down, not in the bowl and come up. Those seem to be doing okay, but this needle and seat right in there, it's hard to see. I know the lighting out here is terrible. You know what is sticking? Well, we'll put that back later. I know where it goes. Anyway, it's sticking up in there, so maybe when it's coming out, that the floats it's stuck and won't go back up in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this pin and check that out, and we'll see what we got. All right, be back short. Oh, this little thing here, I forget what this thing's called. I call it a little baby piston. It goes in here. It's a little plunger. It's in. All right, folks, let me get this apart. Be back in a second. All righty, folks, let me tell you what's going on. Let me get you over here. All right, so this is brand new. I mean, it just sits in there, no problem. So if I shoot fuel in here and the seat is closed, it could be coming through this auxiliary valve right here, which is this little apparatus right here. And what I noticed is that this goes up and down in there. Watch this little piece, looks like a Schrader valve. It goes up and down. And it was pushed through the bottom and it wasn't moving. So I'm gonna get that back. Sorry, folks. I'm gonna get that back in there. Because what I noticed I'm gonna get you back on the stand here so y'all can see this, okay? All right, so let me get you where I can do some spraying. All right. So what I noticed was there was fuel coming through here when I had this plugged. That shouldn't be happening. And I think that's what flooded it. Now, how did that happen? Did that get stuck? I don't know. The fuel looked good in there. I'll show it to y'all here. It's not, I mean, shoot, I've run worse, guarantee it. So, fuel comes in. See, it's coming out that right there. That can't be right, folks. That can't be right. That's what's flooding it right there. Why is that doing that? Unless that's supposed to be pressed down. Let's see if that helps any. If that is pressed down beyond that metal piece on the bottom, I know y'all can't see what I'm doing. This is part of the deal though, folks. I ain't got time to, I don't have another 4-barrel. There, now I've got it pressed down in there. And let's see what it does. Y'all can see. I want to see if there's fuel coming out that. And it is. So, all right, let me pull that. Well, here, let me pull it off and show you what's going on here. Now, I didn't have it on there super tight. I don't think you need it on there super tight. Come on now. You know what these are for, folks? Not what you think. They're for fishing and carburetors. Stay away from that wacky weed. All right, what was I doing now? Y'all got me sidetracked. Okay, let me get the sutures on this. I don't want to drop this. All right, so there you go right there. That little piece right there. Let me make sure y'all can see that okay. That little piece right there, that plunger goes upside down. It's supposed to block that. Now, if it's inside of this, it sure ain't going to do that. So, Maybe it's supposed to set free there like that. Let's try that and see what we got. But what in the world? Okay, so you know what? That's what this little arm for. Oh, no, yeah. I wonder if that, you know what? Let me tinker with this for a minute. Be right back. All right, folks, so here's the confusing part. The confusing part is that, hope y'all can see me all right. I'm umming a lot. The confusing part is we ran this. You can go check the last video and it ran fine. But it's pretty obvious that this auxiliary valve right here is what's flooding it because the seat's working fine with the float. Go check out Mike's Carburetors. There's a good little video he's got on this exact issue. And let me just show it to you here real quick. Okay. Let's see. Can y'all see that? Understanding the Autolite 4300 fuel inlet circuit carburetor technology explained. Mike's Carburetor didn't let me down. So anyway, what they found that is when you don't have enough fuel, this is supposed to let more fuel in, but it lets too much fuel in. Ford figured it out, and they actually have a plug that can go in there. I don't have a plug, so I'm gonna run down to Tractor Supply and see if I can find a plug to go into this. Okay, it's a 3/8 by 24 thread. I don't have anything. I thought about just cutting off a bolt and then putting a slot in the top so I could screw it down in there, but I absolutely don't have anything that'll fit that. I've looked around. So hopefully tonight, I got about, what time is it? There ain't no sun, so I can't measure like Derek and see how much sunlight I got. 7:40. I don't have much time. Probably got about 40 minutes. So let me see what I can do. And regardless, we'll be back in a second for you. Okay, folks, we are quickly losing daylight. So to replace that auxiliary valve, can y'all see that? Okay, it's a 3/8 by 24. Believe it or not, Tractor Supply had, this is a set screw right here, and it's 3/8 by 24. $1.19 with tax, $1.30. So I am going to go ahead and thread that in there. We're going to plug this bad boy up. All right. It's not in there right yet. Oh, that ain't the right one. Let's see what we got here. That ain't the right one. That's the right one. I'm not putting any thread seal or anything on this. I gotta get it to start in there. It's the same exact thread now, come on. There she goes. Just needed a gentle touch there. Okay, we're gonna call it. All right, now, when I spray fuel in here, nothing, when I spray carb cleaner, nothing should come out there, and it doesn't. It comes out there. All right, folks, I may have to get some lighting out here. Let me get this carb put back together, then I'll come back and we'll get it started again. All right, folks, hopefully you can see that okay. Looks a lot better on the camera. It's a lot darker out here. Anyway, carb's back together. The fuel line is hooked up. There's fuel in the ball. The ignition's on. So hopefully I can turn this thing off if I need to. So let's see what we got. Woo! All right, folks, we are quickly running out of daylight. But got the water hose out here. Let me get this off. That's what it's all about. These are the things I'm going to write about in my book, Memoirs of a Shade Tree Mechanic in the Boston Mountains of Arkansas. Anyway, hey, carb is back together. and it's full. You guys, I don't know if I showed you there or not. The bowl is full of fuel. The ignition is on. We could start it from in there, but not going to. Ooh, what's that other pretty light? Alternator. I wonder if the alternator works. I need to go grab my meter. Do I have my meter? Oh, I got my meter. We can check that here too. All right. Let me get the meter set up here. I'd like to check that. You know, doing stuff with doggone, sorry for the video, folks. Doing stuff with stinking one hand is for the birds. Let's go ahead and just get this hooked up the best I can. All right. We're sitting on 12.4, so not too bad. May not be charging. Okay, so let's give her a couple pumps. Now remember, it's not going to idle high. And I know it's dark, folks, but that's the life of me. Oh, yeah, I got to start it. All right, this thing should pop right over. Let's go ahead and start her. Whoa. There you go. Big time exhaust leak over here. I can hear it. We're going to have to figure that out. But hey, haven't checked the timing, plug gap, anything. Not too bad. Woo. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I hope we're not out of fuel. I hope we're not out of fuel. I don't know how much is in that tank. Where'd my key go? Doggone it. There it is. All right, let's try her again. All right. We plugged off that auxiliary valve. I just want to set here and idle. Oh, we're pulling not very good, but we're pulling 12.9. Oh, 13. Oh, I bet if I rev it up. So we're getting a little bit there. Let me get some water going in here, because I know there ain't no water. It's probably done all leaked out. Well, there was something in there. Let's take a look. I just put a little bit of water in there. Well, there's something sudsy in there. I don't know what it is. It's ugly, whatever it is. All right, let me get a little more in there. All right, folks, here we go. Well, that's not as planned. Ah, come on. All right, that's good enough for now. I'm getting a shower. All right. You know what? We'll let that. Ooh, that's ugly. Woo, that's ugly. All right. All right. That is an exhaust manifold leak. If it's not, it's got one heck of a rod knock. All right, lights. I got no clue where the lights are, folks. Let's see if we can power some lights here. Lights. Oh, you know what? The lights are on, but no one's home, because I don't know how to flip up them lights. Ooh. There we go. All right. You know what? I'm gonna throw this bad boy in gear and hope for the best. We'll see what we got. Let's see what we got. See if it's moving. We even got, feels like brake pressure. You guys can't see nothing. I don't see no wheels turning. got it in like, oh, there it went. Oh, looky there. Oh, what happened? Oh, come on. Oh yeah. Oh, I bet the drums are stuck. So we're moving there. All right. Oh, is the other side moving? I bet it is. Oh, now this side's moving. Look, it's trying. I think the drum brakes are caught up. Oh yeah, that sucker's spinning all day long. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna shut it off because I don't know how much fuel's in here. I'm gonna get it. I may get my wife out here to help me so we have a little light. I'm gonna get the jack off the jack stands. Let's see if this thing can move under its own power. Be right back. Woo, look at there. I want to see if I can get them headlight things up. They want my light. Okay, folks, my videographer, which is my wife, which is the Thrilla from Manila, and that's the truth, she grew up in Manila, is laughing at me because I hit my head on the doggone hood latch. Are you smiling behind that light?
I'm not smiling, I'm worried about you.
Worried about me. Okay, here's what we're gonna do because I'm intent to get this video done. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get her started. I got the jacks off and I pulled up the lenses here so we can see the headlights. Shine it over here, darling. Well, you stay right there. Just stay right there. Let me make sure I got the ignition on. And I don't. Hey, the dome light doesn't work. All right. All right. Let me start it. I'll drop the hood and I'm gonna see if this bad boy move under its own power. All right, need a light over here, darling. Just kidding. Come on, give me some light. All right, let me pump the gas. It's just electricity. Now, why all of a sudden isn't it starting? Let me make sure the ignition's on. Tell you what, I'm gonna try starting it from inside. You just keep the camera on this. Don't put your hands in there anywhere, darling. Wonder if there's any spiders in here. All right. Here. Let me see that big light. Did something get disconnected? No. Coil's there. That's there. I mean, how all of a sudden is it not running now? I mean, you know what I mean? That's connected. That's tight enough. That's connected. That's tight enough. What in the world happened? All right, let me make sure the ignition's on. Ignition's on. Oh, I wonder if it's in gear. Because I wonder if that's what's doing it. Make sure you stay clear, darling. That's park. All right, let's see what we got. All right, you know what? You gotta know when to cut your losses. It is dark. If it makes y'all feel any better, I found a Sony 60-minute Type 1 high fidelity cassette tape in the car. Bonus round. All right, hey, we're gonna wrap it up. You guys saw it run. You saw the rear tires move. We got a lot of work to do on this car. We're gonna get out here later this week, get another video going. So go ahead and trickle down to the bottom and push that subscribe button. And thank y'all very much. We appreciate you, but I'm done for tonight. Be blessed.